Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Docker. In our last session we are done with Docker overlay network type, how we can communicate in in the last session I think we are done with the Docker composer. We have seen how we can use Docker composer and all. We are done in that all topics we have covered in our last session, like how to use the Docker composer, how to create a service from Docker composer YAML file, and how to scale the instances, and how to stop the service. So we have done already. In this session we will do we will use Docker Swarm. We will learn how to use Docker Swarm, why we need Docker Swarm, all those points we will see. So first thing, what is Docker Swarm? Docker Swarm is container orchestration management tool. So Docker Swarm is an orchestration management tool that run on Docker application. It helps end user to create and deploy a cluster of Docker nodes. So you understand like that, for deployment purpose we can use Docker Swarm. Suppose you have developed one application. For that application you want to run 100 instances. You want to manage 100 instances across the net cluster. In like cluster is a 10 cluster of 10 computers, 10 nodes, you can say 10 nodes, 20 nodes. So 10-20 nodes are there. Across 10-20 nodes you want to run your application, and you want to create 100 instances, 100 container. So that management, if you do manually, it's very difficult to manage, very lengthy process. You will not do that manually, you cannot do at all, because it's very complex process. So for that purpose, so to simplify that one, we need to use some orchestration tool. Docker Swarm is one orchestration tool. Others are also there, we will see that one, like Kubernetes is also one orchestration tool. 99.9% in companies or in any of the industry, Kubernetes is using as a deployment tool. For orchestration, Kubernetes is using, but Docker Swarm also you can use, no issue. Since this is a part of Docker, so we have to learn this one. If you understand Docker Swarm clearly, you can very easily learn Docker Kubernetes also. Okay, so that is, you keep in mind, Docker Swarm is a container orchestration management tool and run on Docker application, and it helps end user to creating and deploying a cluster of Docker nodes. Okay, Docker Swarm is a clustering and scheduling tool for Docker container. With Swarm, IT administrator and developer can establish and manage the cluster of Docker node as a single virtual machine. We have seen in our overlay network example, we have used Docker Swarm. Little bit we have used, but we will see thoroughly now. Okay, so for that one, what we need to do first, we need to get started. So we need to create 3 EC2 instance again. We need to create 3 EC2 instances again. So 3 EC2 instances we already have. If you open, we have already, in our overlay network we have created our instances. 3 instances we already have, so we no need to create again, we can use that. Okay, yes, 3 instances are there, no running. So you start those instance first. Okay, so what you can do, you just simply select all and start first. Okay, start them. So it will be starting, some time it will take to start. Okay, meanwhile open your PAM files folder where AWS is there, so you can connect here. Open terminal. Okay, 3 terminals you open, 3 here. This is for master, this is for master, this is for worker 1, this is for worker 2. Okay, that's it. Now let's see whether it is started. Worker node is pending. No, not manager. Yes, open manager. Okay, all are running now. So copy the IP address of manager node. Okay, and you just add it here. Okay, that's it. Here also I will update here. Okay, fine, you can do it here also, because we have to initialize again. Why? In our last example we have stopped this one, so the container is down. Again if I start a new IP address will come, again has to be joined. Node, whatever the node is joining this Docker swarm, they have to leave this one and have to, again we have to join it. Okay, fine, so we will do that one. Node 2, copy the IP address of node 2 also, sorry, node 1. Node 1's copy the IP address and add here. So instead of every time copying, I'm just simply writing here, so we'll take from here. Next, worker node 2, copy the IP address. This is the IP address. Okay, copy it and add here. Fine, so done. Now connect your manager first. Manager node you connect. So press enter, type yes, that's it. So this is your manager node. Clear it. Okay, now this one is your worker node 1. Connect worker node 1 also. Connect the worker node 1 also. Yes, clear. Okay, this is worker 1, this is manager. What happened? Oh, this one is manager. Okay, this is manager, this is worker 1, this is worker 2. Okay, this first one is manager, second is worker 1, this is worker 2. So connect with worker 2 now. Okay, paste here, type yes and clear this console. Okay, fine. Now we have established the connection between. Now this manager has already initiated the swarm, but that is not useful now because we shut down our system. Again we need to initialize, but before to initialize, what we need to do, we need to remove the before created spam cluster. How can you do it? Very simple. Docker swarm leave, that's it. But this is your manager. If it is manager, then you have to use force, then only you can remove force double. Okay, yes. So node left the swarm, so this is not a node swarm cluster now. This is not a swarm cluster. Okay, fine. Even this node has joined, so leave from here also. So here simply you can leave docker swarm leave, some SWARM. Okay, left, fine. This also docker swarm leave it. Okay, left. Okay, and docker docker ps process status A, is there any container? There is no container. Okay, here docker ps A, there is no container. Okay, in manager docker ps A, no container. In manager, no container. Worker node, no container. Worker 2, no container. Fine. Okay, fine. Next we have to initialize. We have to again we have to initialize the again. Okay, so next this host name you no need to set again. One time you set, that is enough. Okay, remove it or else leave it, not required. Next, docker network create. I have to create the network first. Overlay network I will use, and that overlay network I will define my custom gateway and subnet. Okay, then I will create once I will create a network. Okay, first, okay, create this network first, copy it and simply just paste. You can create this network. So network, what happened? Okay, so you cannot create this network. Why? Can you tell me why you cannot create this network? Driver overlay you cannot create. This is possible when you are initializing docker container, docker swarm. Okay, right. So you can create overlay network when the docker swarm is initialized, because docker swarm can use the overlay network. What is the use of overlay network? Across the cluster. How will you define the cluster? When you initialize docker swarm. So far we have not initialized a docker swarm, so it is saying this node is not a swarm manager. It's not a swarm manager. Use docker swarm init or docker swarm join to connect this node or to swarm and try again, then only you can do it. Okay, so what you can do first, initialize docker init advertise address. This is the address of your manager. Do it. Yes, initialize it successfully. So once it is initialized, this command you can use to join. Copy it and just add here. Simply I'm just adding here join worker nodes only. Yes, correct. Paste it here. That's it. Okay, correct. Advertise address. So if you see, now you can create the network. Definitely you can create network now. Okay, create the network. My web app network. Create it. This time it will create. Yes, network is created. See, docker network ls network. Sorry. So the network is there. Our network is there. Yes, our network is there. Okay, fine. So and this I think it is disconnected. Okay, we'll connect it. Okay, no issue. Next, how many nodes are there in this cluster? Can you see how many nodes are there in this cluster? Use docker node ls. It will give the number of nodes that is the part of this overlay network or this cluster. How many nodes are there that has joined this swarm cluster? You can see by docker node ls command. Okay, yes. So what is the use of docker node ls? What is the use of docker node ls command? Will list the nodes who have joined this swarm cluster. So currently no one has joined. This current node itself has registered with docker swarm only by default. Fine. So you have to connect this one also. So you go and connect first. Log in here. Okay, clear it, and now connect this worker one. I want to connect. How can you connect it? Simply you have to use this join command. That's it. Docker Swarm join. Okay, so Docker Swarm join it. So this node joined a swarm as a worker. That's why we have given the name as a manager worker 1 worker 2. Okay, now you again list the node. You will see one more node came, and that node is name is worker 1. Similarly, you can connect you can join worker 2 also. Okay, join worker 2. Okay, so how will you join? Just simply use the same command and join. So now this worker 2 also has joined. Again you see 2 more. Like that, hundred thousands of computer you can join in this network. This cluster you can join from any other computer. You create one new instance, you can join. For example, just we are taking 3, but you can take n number of instances. You try with 4, 5, 6, 10, whatever, how many numbers you want, you can take it. Fine, it's okay. So three nodes cluster. Now currently we have a swarm cluster of 3 nodes. Fine. Okay. Fine. And now we have created one network also. See the network, Docker network ls. How many networks? This network we have created, my web app network we have created. So inspect this one, Docker network, inspect, and the name of the network, give here name of the network and inspect it. Once you inspect, you will see subnet and gateway. We have defined, we have given our custom subnet and gateway. You can give it. Fine. Okay. So what is next? You see how many services are there currently in this cluster. Is there any service in this cluster? Tell me first, what is the use of service? Write me in comment section. What is the use of service? The service is used to create the containers from the image, and it will you can scale up, scale down, you can upgrade also, you can roll back also, you can do so many things using service. It will simplify the container creation task. That's it. It will simplify the container creation task. Okay, so how many services are there? List all the service. Docker service, servicels. How many services are there? There is no service, no ID, no name, mode, replicas, images, port, nothing. No service currently. So let's go and create a service. So I am going to create a service with name my web app service. Replica 5. 5 means 5 instance of the application, or 5 container for the application you have to run. Container for the application. Which application? The application that you can create from this image. Tech edu hub, my web app. This is our web app repository. Docker hub repository. We have pushed one image there. Okay, fine. So simply we'll create a service with the name my web app service, and 5 container it will create, and the network it will use which one? That we have created, my web app network. The same network it will use. Now go and create. So tell me in the comment section where, clear it first, where the containers will be created. Where the containers will be created. Image, where the images will be pulled. Images will be pulled across all the nodes, and container also will be created across all the nodes, because it is a cluster. This is a Docker Swarm cluster. So Docker Swarm manager will manage the container across the cluster. So currently the cluster, this cluster is of 3 nodes. So across 3 nodes your container will be created. Press enter and you will see, yes, it is creating. See how many it is creating? 5. Starting, running, it's verifying and done. See, now service covered, converged, verify. So the task is done. 5 containers are created. Where are that 5 containers? Across the cluster. So check here how many are there. So first you see how many containers are there in this service. How can you see? Simply docker service, service service ls. How many services are there? One service is there. What is the name of that service? My web app service. That's now we have created. What is the mode? Replicated means what? Mode is replicated means the container is created across the cluster. Some of the containers are created in master node, some of the containers are created in worker 1, some of the containers are created in worker 2. Automatically it is deciding on the basis of available resources. Okay, so and this is the ID of the service, name of the service, mode is replicated, and how many containers are there in this service? 5 containers are there. 5 divided by 5 means 5 are expected and 5 is running. And this is the image name is this one, port is this one, 50. Before to 5050, if you see the star, it means load balancing is there. Okay, fine, we'll see this load balancing. We have already seen load balancing. We'll see again. Fine, now see the full information where all the containers are there. How can you see? Simply just inspect. You can inspect the service. Okay, go and inspect the service first. What detail you will get? If you inspect the service, lot of details will be there. See, ID, version, created at, updated at, specification, name, and yeah, these many details are there. Fine, architecture, which one is architecture, all details. And if you want to list how many container are running, 5 container are running, we have seen that one. But where all those 5 containers are running, in which node which container is running, how will you see that? Simply by using docker service ps service process status. I want to get the service process status from this service. Simple, that's it. That's it. Copy this, clear first, and execute here. So you can see here total 5 containers are there, and 5 containers are running across the cluster. In worker 1, how many containers are there? In worker 1, 2 containers are there. This is the one container that is running on worker 1, and this is another container that is running on worker 1. In worker 2, 2 containers, and in worker in manager there is only 1 container. Okay, fine. You can see, you want to get the container level information, that simply you can use docker ps. Docker ps. Yeah, 1 container is there in this one. Okay, I think this is disconnected. Okay, so connect again, no issue. Okay, clear. Docker ps. In this one 2 containers are there. Okay, and in this one, this one also has to be connected again. Okay, it will be disconnecting after some time. That's it. If we are inactive, it will disconnect. Okay, so docker ps. So 2 containers are there in this one. 2 containers are in worker 2, 2 containers in worker 1, and 1 container is running in manager. Okay, fine. Now how will you access this application? First, how will you access? Simple, use any of the IP address. Suppose I am using IP address of worker 1, copy the IP address of worker 1 and paste it here and go with 5050 port. Yes, you can access. Now the same procedure, you will see load balancing concept here now. Okay, let's go and see. I will just do one thing. I will simply side by side I will show you. Okay, fine. Anyway, we have seen this concept in our overlay example, but just to be remembered once we will see here. Okay, so which IP address? 43.205.203.28. which is that IP address? That IP address is worker 1. This is IP address is of worker node 1. Okay, so how many containers are running in worker node? Worker 1, 2 containers are running. You can see here these 2 containers are running. Okay, what is the name of that name of this the container, name of the container, and ID of the container and IP address? How will you get it? So I have wait, no, I have a command. I prepared one command so that you will only see the IP address and host name. Let me grab that one. Yes, this one. Okay, copy it and execute in your worker 1. So it is telling here, you see here, and execute in worker 2 also. Okay, and in manager also. In all 3 you will see this is first clear it. Okay, clear and execute here. So this is nothing but the container ID and IP address. Okay, in worker 1 clear it once, clear it and paste it here again. Okay, fine. In worker 1, worker 2 clear and simple. Okay, fine. So you see here from the browser, so this IP address is of worker node 1. Okay, in worker node 1, go and check how many containers are there. 2 containers are running. What is the IP address of that one? The IP address of that one is 50.40.0.6. 50.40.0.6. Yes, so request is processed from worker 1. Request is processed from worker 1. In worker 1, 2 containers are there. Which container is processing the request? The IP address 50.40.0.6 and the container name is this one, 6021.25.3e. That one is processing the request. Okay, next, refresh it. Yes, see now who is processing the request? I just refreshed it. I have not changed the IP address of this server, same IP address, just I refreshed, but this time the request is processed by other server. The request is processed by other container. You can say container. Which container? The container whose IP address is 50.40.0.5. Where is that container? Whose IP address is 50.40.0.5? Is it running in worker 1? No, it is not running in worker 1. It is running where? It is running in worker 2. But IP address we are using of which one? Worker 1. This is happening because of load balancing. Automatically load balancing is happening. Whether you run one container or 10 container or 100 container, load balancing will work. Okay, fine. And to access the application, you can use any of the IP address. You can use the IP address of worker node 2 also. Copy the IP address of worker node 2, come here and access that application. You can access. you can access from this IP address also. What happened? Okay, it will process because our EC2 instance is of just 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Okay, but it will process, no issue. Open the other one also, manager node. Also you copy. I think we have copied the wrong IP. I think IPv4 we have to copy IPv4 public IP. This is the public IP. I think we have copied the wrong one. Okay, so we have copied the wrong IP. I have to copy this IP. Okay, and just paste it. Now you access. Yes, it's processing. From worker 1 IP you can access, from worker 2 IP address you can access, and you see who is fulfilling the request. The request is fulfilled from worker 1, but IP address we are using worker 2. This is happening because load balancer is there in all the node. Okay, so because the load balancing is happening automatically, that's why this IP address, if you see, this is of worker node 2, but the request is processed from worker node 1, the container of worker node 1. You see fine. Try and refresh it. Just refresh. Yes, see, now again it is processed from other node, from worker node 2 only it is processing now. Okay, similarly if you go with the first IP and if you refresh, now you see the request is processed from worker node 2. Okay, that's it. So this is nothing but the load balancing. Even if you want to use manager node IP address, you can use. Go and check 5050 port. It will do because since you know this, I think we have copied the correct one, or yeah, correct one we have copied, but it will take some time because this configuration is very low. Just 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU we have taken. So sometime it will process, but definitely it will process, take some time. Okay, let it be running. Fine. So this is nothing but load balancing is happening. Fine. Next, what is our next topic here? Okay, load ls we seen, leave we have seen, leave forcefully, to leave from the manager. Okay, prune, it will just system wide prune. Okay, leave it. Initialization we have seen, and create overlay, process status. Okay. If you want to remove the service, you can remove it. Okay. Next is suppose now you want to scale your instances. Currently how many total services are running? Sorry, total containers are running. Can you show me how many total containers are running? What is that command to see? Docker ps. Okay, so ps will tell how many containers are running across the cluster. So across the cluster, if you see total 5 are running. 2 are running on worker 2, 2 are running on worker 1, and 1 is running on manager. Fine. I want 10 instances now. How can I do it? Simply you have to scale it. Very simple. Just you have to use service scale, service name with the number. That's it. See this one. Docker service scale. I want to scale the service. What is the service name? My web app service. And total I want, how many containers I want? 6 containers I want. Currently how many are running? 5 are running. So it will create one more. See, and now you see it's verifying. Okay, let's verify. Yes, now you see how many are there total. 6 are there. 5 are running from 17 minutes ago. 1 just now we created. Okay, similarly if you want to scale to 10, how can you do it? very simple, very simple. It will create four more it will create, you see. Yes, you can see here how many totals are there now. These four latest one that are created, these are the old one. Okay, if you want to scale it down, you can do it. Yeah, see why it is not, at least it should process, but okay, it will process, no, don't worry. Okay, so worker 2, yeah, it is processing. Worker 1, it is processing. Okay, fine. Clear it. Again I want to scale to 1. Can you do? All it will remove. Fine. Now you see how many are there. Only one is there. Remaining all are removed. But the request will be processed by the one only. Because there is only one container. Okay, fine. Definitely it will process. Manager also will process, but some problem. Don't worry, we'll see. Definitely it should work. The port is correct only, 5050. Okay, let it be. Okay, I want to scale to again 5. How can I do? Simple, very simple. Just give it a 5. 4 more it will create. That's it. Now total are 5. You can see here. So scale up, scale down, very easy. Very easy to scale up, scale down. See, total 5 are there now. If total 5s are there, then it will process from the different container. Okay, fine. 5 has to be changed with some other. It will change, not a problem. Other containers are oxy. It's done. It is not processing. Okay, leave it. Generally it will do, but because of some load or something, it is not doing, because this has only 1 GB RAM, and in this worker 1 also we have initialized the SWAM cluster. That's why. Okay, no, don't worry, it will do. Take more high-end configuration, guys. It will work fine. Even in the last session also we have seen this one. It was working. Okay, that's it. So scale up, scale down is happening. And what is the version currently you are seeing? 1.0. Suppose now new version came. How can you do it? Simply just can you deploy the latest version without affecting the application, without shutting down the application? Can you deploy the latest version? Yes, you can do. Total how many containers are there? 5 containers are there. Suppose I have created 10 containers. 8, suppose I have 8 containers. Scaling to 8. Okay, so total 8 containers are there now. For this application, total 8 containers are there. Okay. Okay. So total 8 containers. Yes, see, now see, it's processing. See, processing. Even manager also processing. See, sometime because the load is in the manager is because there is only 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. That's why it is pulling in the queue. Sometime it is not processing. That's why. But see, now it is processing. Your manager also processing. Okay, fine. And manager 1, worker 1, worker 2, all are processing. Each one is taking from the different IP also. See, fine. Now I want to deploy my latest version. Currently 1.0 version is there. I want to deploy 2.0 or latest one. How can I do it? Very simple. Just you need to update the service. What is the name of service? My web app service. What image you want to update, just you have to tell the image name. That's it. Copy this and check it. Copy this and check it. Come here and paste it. So what it will do actually, current version is 1.0. Now 1.1 came. I have to deploy that one. So what it will do, will it kill all the containers and it will kill all the containers and will start the container again, or first it will start and will kill the container? How it will do? No, how it will do, it will kill one container. First it will kill one container, then will create one container. First this will kill one container of 1.0 version. Your SWAM cluster, your SWAM will kill one container of version 1.0 and create one container of 1.1. Then pick the second one, kill the second one, create another, then kill one by one. One will be picked, will be killed and then created. One will be removed, you can say that is removed and created, so that's why you will get zero downtime. Downtime will not be there in this case, because other containers are running for 1.0, other containers are running and load balancer is there, and containers are also running for 1.0, so they will fulfill the request. Okay, and it might be picked 1.1 also, because 1.1 also is created one container, so there is a zero downtime in this case. In this case, what happens? Okay, name you should not give, name. Okay, name is not directly. Update this service, update service name and image. Okay, this is the image. Okay, see what happens. See, overall process, how many? Total are 8 containers. It will picking one by one, starting. Now if you refresh it, so which one is the version you are seeing? 1.0. Suddenly you will see 1.1. You will get some time. I think you will get now. This is happening because why? Because the system configuration is low. See, 1.1 came now. See, okay, here you will see, refresh it, welcome 1.1. I think you take some high configuration server, will not work like that, because whenever it will start the process, some resource creating the container and it is using that one. That's why it is taking this type of load, but otherwise it will not do. See, this container has done all the jobs, I think, so it is working fine. Load balancer, everything is working fine. In these two container, I think somewhat it is stuck, because the hardware of this computer is very low, one CPU only. Okay, that's why it is working like that. But anyway, in this one, if you see, it is deployed the latest version. How much time we should wait? Don't know. Okay, let's even this is also stuck because this configuration is low. That's why it is happening like that. Okay, yes, anyway, this is running. But if you take high-end configuration like 2 GB of RAM, 3 GB of RAM, 2 core, 3 core, 4 5 core CPU you will take, high RAM you take, will work smoothly, will not do like that. Even it is stopped. Okay, yes, see, processing 1.1. yes, see, 1.1. okay, fine, because this is managing the resources internally, or because of only low hardware configuration. Okay, this is also not responding. Yes, now it is responding properly. 1.1, 1.1, and this is 1.0, but it will do anyway. This is a manager, it will do, let it be. Yeah, this is doing. This one is also processing, and then the latest version. Later on, what you remembered, some bug came in 1.1 version. I want to roll back to the previous version. How can I do it? Very simple, just do the rollback. Clear it. Just do the rollback. Let's try. No, name flag is not there, that's why. Simply you should not give the name flag here, just give the simple directly name, that's it. Now what it will do, it is rolling back to what? Rolling back to the previous version. Currently the version is 1.0. now slowly one container killing, one container creating, one container killing, one container creating. Your swarm is doing like that. One container killing, one container creating, one container killing, one container creating. It will do like that. Oh, again structure. Check in this one. Okay. Configuration is low, that's why it is doing. Otherwise it will not do like that. It will process the request. All are stuck. Okay. Try with high end configuration, guys. You will not feel this type of scenario. Anyway, it is running, up and running. Okay. Let's see what happens. Stopped. Why it is not working? Okay, see, 1.0 came now. 1.0. See, because we rolled back to previous version. Worker 1 is processing. Worker 2 still it is. See, all the containers are ready, but still it is not fulfilling the request. Why? Because of one CPU only. That's it. That is the reason only. There is no other reason in that one. Okay. Because this is a zero downtime. It is giving priority how to kill the container, how to create the container. Kill one container, create one container. Kill one container, create one container. It's doing like that. In that case, you will get zero downtime. You see, 1.0 came. Zero downtime. Okay, that's it. Yes, all are processing 1.0 now. Fine. So this is all about the Docker Swarm. To update the, okay, you can update it. Rollback you want to do, you can do rollback. To get the access token, again, suppose what is the use of these two commands? You see, I forgot what is the token that can be used to join from worker node. What is the token? If you have stored that token in your file or somewhere safely, then it is okay. But what if you have lost the token? How will you get it? That token? Simply just use docker swarm join token worker. Worker is used to get the worker token. This is a worker token. If worker want to join, then we have to execute this command. What it will give? Docker swarm join token. Who can join? Worker can join using this token. Copy this. It will show the token that can be used to join. See, to add a worker to this swarm, run the following command. So in that in the worker node, you run this command. Suppose you can create a new instance here, give the name as worker node 3, and that node, if you want to add into this cluster, install the docker in that one and run this command. That's it. So that node will join this cluster. Now next time, whenever you are replicating, you are scaling your container, So this node will automatically use your manager will create the node into that container directly, in that node directly. It will use that node. Okay. And currently if you see how many managers are there, currently we have a 2 worker node and 1 manager. But is it the right approach to give a 1 manager? No, there should be more than 1 manager. If 1 manager is disconnected, how will you manage the applications? How will you manage the deployment? If this 1 manager is down due to some reason it is down, how will you scale up, scale down your applications? How will you do? You don't have any other options. You have to destroy the entire cluster and you have to create a new cluster. Then you have to do all these things again. To avoid that risk, you can join as a manager also. So if you want to join as a manager, you need to get the token that can be used to join by the manager. Simply copy this. So Docker Swarm join token manager, this will be used to join. So any manager can join this, use this token. Both tokens are different. You can see here both tokens are different. Okay, so this token can be used to join as a manager. To add a manager to this swarm, run the following command. This is to add a worker. Fine. So this is the use of a Docker Swarm. So how many new commands we have done in this one? How we can scale the service, how we can roll back the service, and how we can upgrade the service. You want to deploy the latest version, you can do it. You want to roll back, you can do it. That is done by the Docker Swarm. Okay, that's it. So in our next session we will see Docker stack. That is the last session of this Docker. Okay, so we will see you in the next section. Thank you and have a nice day.